Welcome back to the Morning Blend, everybody. Expedia asked 1,000 Americans to rank the most annoying things that happen to airline passengers. Number one on the list, 67% say the most annoying traveler is the seat kicker.
Oh,
that's even worse than the chatty Cathy or the armrest hog. So today, airplane etiquette so that you can get along with your fellow passengers and follow the golden rule.
That's right. Margery Sinclair wrote a book about good manners, and she's traveled the world many times over. And today she stopped long enough for a layover right here on our yellow couch. Good to see you.
Thank you. Good
How
to be
many
back.
countries have you been to now?
118.
118 countries.
Yes.
You know how to travel.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I bet you've been on a lot of airplanes with a lot of annoying travelers.
Yes. And the seat kicking, this ranked number one. I thought it would have been the smelly food and the seat recliners, but no, it's the seat, and it's not necessarily kicking. People are bumping it. They put magazines into the back pocket, and it is number one.
And is it usually children, in your opinion, or it can be adults too?
It's adults.
So how do you handle it? Because I think that's the thing, is a lot of people are like, okay, it's annoying, I'm dealing with this, but they don't know the proper, polite way to manage it.
Yeah. Well, you put up with it as long as you can, and then you just plain turn around and say, would you be a little more aware? Because every time you put something in that seat pocket, I'm feeling it in my back. Thank you.
And you say if it's kids, to talk to who?
Talk to the adult. The adult is responsible.
Yeah, I think that's a great tip.
I
Because
think
I
that's
would
good
think
too.
to just kind of turn around and sort of give them an evil eye, but you know, like,
Yeah.
sometimes they don't pay attention, and the kid, it's probably not going to register.
No, you say, would you ask the young lady to not to kick my back of my seat?
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah.
That's so pleasant.
I know. Coming from you,
Nobody can get
Margery, everything sounds pleasant. Inattentive parents is number two.
Oh,
so,
yes.
you know, it's hard to be a parent and travel, especially with small kids, but you do have an obligation, responsibility to do whatever you can to manage them. And I think a lot of times it might be as easy as bringing a new snack or some new toys or a new book or something that they haven't seen to engage them.
But the other people around you should be patient and sympathetic, too.
They should.
But here's, if the child is making noise, that's where I use earplugs. And these earplugs are amazing. They are under $4 at Walgreens or CVS.
So right here, the clear ones.
And what are they? What are they called? Or what's the?
Just I don't know. There's no brand name on there.
Okay, but they're just clear. And do they mold to your ear?
Yes. It's not that you put it in your ear. You put it over your ear, and they're a little bit sticky. They can be reused for maybe a week.
Okay.
And if it's quiet, you don't have any problems.
Well, it's worth the $4, right?
Yes.
Little peace of mind for $4.
Yes.
We've all been there. Okay, and the next one, 56% of people say aromatic passengers.
Oh.
Is this somebody who's not wearing deodorant or someone who's wearing too much of something?
And it's both. So do wear deodorant and do not wear perfume or cologne in a confined space. And that's usually what I say for business etiquette. Don't wear fragrance during business hours.
Definitely wear deodorant.
Yes.
I like that tip.
and keep your feet covered.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the worst.
What about people who are audio insensitive, like really talking loud, laughing loud, or playing their music where you can hear it and it's bothering you?
They even have headphones on it. But still, the bass line is seeping through there. And this, again,
That happens a lot.
Yes. You've been polite to the flight attendants, and now you ask them for their help.
Same you ask them to okay.
Yeah. Same thing if it's a boozer sitting next to you. Yeah.
What do you do with the boozer?
You ask the flight attendant.
You don't join in?
No. That's another solution.
Okay.
Yes.
Become part of the problem.
Right.
But I think that's a great tip. Instead of directly asking them, you talk to the flight attendant.
That's right.
Okay, and they'll deliver that message.
That's right.
In a
Don't
better
get
way.
combative with the boozer. That could go bad. Here's the one that I struggle with the most, and I would say this would be my number one. I mean, if somebody kicking my seat, I can get over. But the chatty Cathy, and I don't know, I wear a sign when I travel on a plane that says, please talk to me, even if I look totally
uninterested. I know.
Talk to me.
It's like a curse
You
blessing.
do like it.
I
No,
don't.
she hates it.
I can't stand it.
Okay.
Yeah, she looks like someone that people want to
for
talk
whatever
to.
reason,
I see.
people
Yes.
always want to talk, even if I'm like, oh, I'm sleeping, or I'm reading, or
They'll
whatever.
talk.
It
They'll
doesn't
continue
work.
talking to you.
Yeah. So I have a suggestion for this.
Okay.
First of all, you talk for about 3 or 5 minutes in my case. I don't go beyond that. Then you're going to say, I need to do some work, or I need to do some reading, or I've also tried, now I need to pray for the pilot. And that's a real conversation stopper.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's that's on an airplane.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I like that one.
It is true, though. It's so difficult. Because I'll even say, you know, hey, I'm on Dramamine, I fall asleep, and they'll just keep going.
Yes.
I'm going to try that.
And I also get out my travel sleep mask at that point. So if I have earplugs and a sleep mask, I'm in my own little zone.
You're like, all right, seriously.
Yeah.
And you also need this for the hotel because you might have a room beside a disco or the elevator or the ice machine, and a good night's sleep makes for a much better trip.
This next one, I think, is people have started competing for this because now that people charge for bags on the airplanes, everybody tries to take a carry-on. Everybody fights for the overhead space because no one wants to check their bag
or the stuff under the seat.
Or the stuff under.
And
so how do you deal?
Space.
Yeah, what is a carry-on bag offender? Where would you sort of classify them?
You get on the plane, and he puts the carry-on bag up on the bin by row 1.
Yeah.
And then he goes back to 32.
So then on his way out, he's just like, bonk.
Sure, it's easier for him.
Not appropriate.
No, you put your carry-on bag next as close as possible to your row.
Is it out of fear that they're going to lose space, or is it more just this is where I want to put it?
They just don't want to carry it that far.
Yeah.
What about the armrest hug?
There are 4 armrests with 3 seats.
Yeah.
The person in the middle, as small compensation for being stuck in the middle, gets the 2 armrests.
Really?
Yes.
They do?
Yes.
What seat do you choose on an airplane, window or aisle?
I choose aisle.
I knew it. I guessed that about
I would have
Margery.
guessed that too.
Yeah.
That's actually our sound-off question today on
yes?
Facebook. We're asking people, when you're on an airplane, what seat do you prefer, the window or the aisle? And actually, it says something about your personality. We'll talk about that later.
This, I think, is fantastic. The seat recliner guy. 37% of people don't like this. I think you have a great tip because I just thought a seat reclining is just your own personal business. But you have a tip for the daytime. Nighttime, you said everybody reclines. Daytime,
and you have the same, you maintain the same space. But in daytime, I'll tell you, it happened to me. I was on a flight, and an 8-year-old girl in front of me popped her head up, smiled, and said, "Hello, do you mind if I recline my seat?" I was so astonished. I said, "Well, that's fine."
Yeah.
And I thought, do I say that? And I hadn't been. I tried to do it incrementally.
Right.
But now what I do, because of her good example, I turn around and say, "Would you mind if I recline the seat?"
I think that's so sweet.
Yeah, so because otherwise other people are upright and you come right back into their space. But the seats are meant to recline. You can do that. I don't like that knee defender idea.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like seeing somebody in my lap while I'm traveling.
Of course.
You know?
And if you knew it was coming, or if they asked you first, that would make a difference.
Yeah, I agree. Really quick, onboard grooming, is it ever okay to do your makeup, polish your nails, tweeze your eyebrows?
No.
No way.
All of the personal grooming should be done in private.
Done in private. What about what you should wear?
Oh, well, you can have comfort and chic, but if you're dressing like a vagrant, you're not making an anti-fashion statement. You just look like you don't fit in.
Yeah.
So I would suggest building it around a solid color, black, navy, gray, and then add brighter colors around the face. Focus on the face.
Pants or shorts?
Oh, please choose pants.
Please choose pants. This is my key traveling accessory.
You need
is
a
a shawl.
wrap.
You gotta have a wrap because you're gonna be chilly on the plane, or if you go out to dinner or
Yes.
whatever else.
We're out of time, but this is, I think, one of your best travel tips. You bring a doorstop, so in hotels, you wedge it under the door, you
Yes.
always feel safe.
That's right. Anyone trying to get in just makes it tighter and tighter.
I think that's awesome.
You've got a great etiquette book. It's manners for each day of the year. It's also a little like daily journal type thing and calendar. It's fantastic. You can learn more about Margery at her website. It's margerysinclair.com. And you are just the travel expert and the etiquette coach.
Thank
Love
you.
it.
It's fun to be here.
Oh, it was great to
Thanks,
see you.
Margery.
Thank you so much.